My question is, how close are we actually to World War III? Um, and I would say pretty close. In my opinion, Joe Biden needs to be stopped. We would say in most cases, uh, Putin needs to be stopped. But in this case, I believe that Joe Biden is escalating the war in Ukraine with Russia at a time when he's leaving office, when he should be preparing to transition and help Trump with his transition into office. But instead of doing that, he is actually escalating a war that could possibly walk us into World War III. I've seen a lot of reports that says Putin is willing to strike United States facilities, Air Force bases, military facilities, and as a resident of New York City, you can imagine all the reports that is coming out about facilities that can be struck in New York. So I take these threats very seriously. So let's get and check this out and get my opinion on this.
So 4 days after President Biden allowed Ukraine to strike parts of Russia with U.S. built and proffered missiles, Putin is threatening to retaliate with strikes against U.S. facilities and says his military hit Ukraine today with a medium-range hypersonic ballistic missile. The Pentagon just responded moments ago. Watch this.
We've seen this type of dangerous, reckless rhetoric before from President Putin. What we're focused on is continuing to support Ukraine with what it needs.
Chief Foreign Correspondent Trey Yingst reports live from Kyiv. He has been watching all of this up close and was in the tunnels with President Zelensky just the other day. Trey, what about this new development?
Yeah, Martha, good afternoon. We know that overnight, Russia launched a new missile into Ukraine, targeting the southern city of the Dnipro. This was the first time that such a large weapon was used on the battlefield since this conflict began 2.5 years ago. And it raises questions about the message that Russia is trying to send. Ukraine initially claimed the missile was an intercontinental ballistic missile, but Russia...
Did you see how those hypersonic missiles were landing? It's just incredible to think that military forces have these capabilities. Now, I know the military has a wide range of weaponry that we possibly don't even know about that is very, very frightening, that can do a lot of damage, wipe out cities possibly. And, you want to, as any citizen should in these cases, we should all take these reports seriously. I don't think that we should just depend on what what these people are saying. Like the lady just said, we hear this rhetoric all the time, and we tend to ignore it. We hear this all the time. Let's not ignore it. Let's not just take it as just rhetoric, because what Biden did by allowing Ukraine to use those long-range missiles was he put himself in a war that we were not in. Now we are possibly going to be involved in the war that's been going on for about 2.5, 3 years now between Russia and Ukraine. Could be possibly longer, but what I do know is the United States military we didn't have anything to do with that, and now we may have something to do with that. And what I mean by we didn't have anything to do with that, I understand Ukraine is an ally, or considered an ally in this scenario, which was actually crazy to me when I first heard it, because Ukraine used to be part of Russia, and it's crazy to me. But that's not my business. What I'm here to talk about is the fact that our president, our United States president, is possibly starting a war on a catastrophic level, seeing as this can trigger a response from other countries, other continents, to participate in this assault that Putin is now issuing, or is possibly going to issue. If he does issue a strike against the United Territories, then our allies may respond. which may trigger his allies to respond, and so on and so on. So this could be catastrophic, and it's crazy to think that Biden is leaving office in 2 months, and this is what he's doing.
Russian President Putin says it was an intermediate ballistic missile. The Russian leader said in the future, civilians will be warned to leave areas where more advanced missiles will be launched. Putin added this about the involvement of the West.
We consider ourselves in the right to use our weapons against those nations that use their weapons against us. And in terms of escalation, we will respond as surely and clearly.
The escalation comes as Ukrainian forces.
I don't care who translated it. I don't care how you translate it. I'm gonna let you know it couldn't have been more clearer. If you use your weapons against us, it don't matter where they're launched from. We will use our weapons against you. Which brings me back to taking this threat very seriously.
Forces are now targeting deeper into Russia using U.S. and British-supplied long-range missiles, while overnight, the Biden administration approved the transfer of anti-personnel mines to Ukraine. These moves are seen by the Russians as crossing a red line, prompting officials here in Kyiv to brace for an increase in missile and drone attacks. Martha?
All right, Trey, thank you very much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey.
It's crazy, man, to think that we could possibly be in in the beginning of Trump's administration, we could possibly be in the middle of, well, not in the middle of a war, but in the beginning stages of a war that he didn't even start and try to get us out of. However, I don't believe that Trump will come in office if there is a war, that Trump will come in office and back down. I believe that he will use the strength of the military if needed. And I believe that we will either see a resolve or get deeper into this war. I don't think that this is just going to end with a few threats issued. I think that there's going to be some, I think that there's going to be a response. So we'll see what happens from here. Let's just hope that let's pray that the United States never has to walk into a war, especially on our own soil, or have to have any of our facilities or cities struck by any of these actions against any other continent or country. Hey, real quick, guys, I just want to take this quick second to show you guys my clothing line, Dugami, which stands for Designing Urban Gear and Making It Interesting. If you guys would like to support, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. Also, if you click on a product on my page, on my website, and you scroll down, you may see some gifts come with a free book bag, a free face mask, or just a free gift in general. So you guys make sure that you go ahead and check that out. Not all products come with a free gift. So make sure that when you click on a product that you scroll down to the bottom to see which ones come with a free gift. This is great for birthdays. Christmas is coming up, which may be a great idea for you guys to give somebody free gifts. So you make sure you check that out. Any support will be greatly appreciated.